Hey team, it's Kelsey. I'm going to go over the new indicator. It's the same thing as Algo Auto as before, it's just the update to it. And if you're new to us or if you're just watching this to get a feel for everything, please just pause the screen right now and review this disclaimer. I'll give you a second to pause it. Okay. So this is the indicator. This is the same thing that we've all been familiar with. All the levels are exactly the same. The only thing that's changed is the color system. And what we've done here is that we've seen a bunch of different levels, like within the doubles, being respected in a different way. And what we've done is added a color system to it. And it is just allowing an easier way for the eye to see it. So this is what it looks like in my profile. And when you get it, you would have gotten an email that says it was like an update to it. So always when you get an update to an indicator, I would just open a new tab and start fresh. So I like to do that, and then let's just do that from here. New tab, new layout. Okay, let's just get rid of the volume, then add Algo Auto. Okay, before we switch it, let's just briefly talk about this because this is something I get a lot of questions on, and it's just, I would really like people to take a step back and just give it a minute to think about it because it's very simple. People get very confused as why the chart looks like this. Just give it a minute. We are on a higher time frame right here. And this is showing one day. Of course it's going to show the chart like this. It's trying to plot all the daily levels on all of these days, all of these hours that you're seeing. Of course it's going to look crazy. So if you really do want to see the daily levels, because that is the default of this indicator, you would just move your way down to the 5 minute and then you would see the daily levels. So that's that. So let's work back. Let's do, I like 4 hours. Let's do that. Okay, let's move this to the yearly, the 12 month, which I love. So you're gonna have all of these different line style options. The support and resistance, which we've had the same, they are dynamic, and you can see, let me just show you an option right here. Okay, so right here, okay. You can see this one was green the whole time as it was resistance. We were leading up to it. And you can see when price was briefly above it, it turned support and then back to resistance as we dipped below to the doubles. We found support at the doubles and then moved our way back up, and then eventually it turned to support, and you can see this great tap right here. And then it turned the pinkish red that we use. So that's why that is dynamic. And then let's go back to the colors. I'll show you why I like to use the orange as the highest doubles and the lowest doubles. So let's talk about that level. Okay. Okay. This double up here is the highest set of the doubles. We have 4 sets of them, and beyond which the levels get widely spaced. So you can see this. The calculations for this go much more extreme in the math. So when you talk about your plus or minus 3 levels, which I'll get into in a minute, that's just not going to work. That's much more different than the inside. And what am I talking about when I say plus or minus 3? Is what we see oftentimes. You can see if you count from the double, 1, 2, 3, price will get respected. So earlier in the year, we had a lot of trouble at this orange line. We really failed to clear it. So what do? We dropped. And then what is this yellow line? Let's count. What does it connect with? It's not a plus 3 or minus 3 from this blue, but from this one, it's 1, 2, 3, and that was support, and then you had resistance here from the doubles. So I colored this one orange because it's like caution to me, and I really wanted to have the inside colors as yellow because that's just what we've been using with the last update. So that's just going to stay as it is. And then same thing for the bottom one, the lowest set of doubles, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be orange. And oftentimes with the lowest set, especially on this higher time frame like the yearly, you're not really going to see it being tapped because you see this tight, you see it's like a double level. Let's zoom in. It's like a single when you zoom out, but it's really like a tight double. And oftentimes when there is quite a severe drop, which like we saw from February to April, that was support. You slipped just a little bit below the doubles and then you were supported. And then when you reclaimed the doubles, let's count up. 1, 2, 3. You achieved that, and then you continued higher. You met the next set of doubles. And then what do we do from these doubles? We counted 1, 2. We might have had some resistance there, and we were like a little concerned because that was the previous high. But we went 1, 2, 3. And that is where we've been having trouble the last few sessions. So that is how we consider it. And let's look at it on SPY because it is a little bit different in the calculations. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So you can see on SPY we haven't quite tapped the yellow yet. And you see a lot of it's the same, but the slight differences in calculations between the two measuring tools. So let's go back to SPX. You can see it's tapped it. So it makes sense why in the past several sessions we've come close to that 627 level, but we haven't really cleared it because we've had something a little bit lower on SPY, which was in the way. And on SPY, we've had a phantom print there at 627, and it's like we wanted to go there, but SPX had different plans. So let's look at Friday. Let's go to ES. Oh, this is a great chart as well. Okay. Stay back on track. Let's go to 1 week, and then I'm going to work my way down. Let's start with 30 minutes so you can get the overview of the week. Okay. See, we started the week at this, like just around this caution level. We slid through the doubles and we counted 1, 2, 3. We found support there. We bounced back to the doubles, and then we didn't. We were sliding through this third level. It was just too much momentum to go through, and we found near perfect support on these doubles. And then we bounced back up. We had overhead resistance from this 1, 2, 3, and then support around here. And then we played with these doubles on Wednesday. We had support from this third level, and then we walked our way back up. And then where did we have resistance on Thursday? It was the caution level, and to me, like again, the orange that I like to use, that is the caution. So that worked really well, and that was the prior high area-ish. So we fell back down, and then I'm going to zoom in on the time frame. Okay, so here's that caution area that I was just talking about. And then on Friday, we fell down, and it was great support on this level. It's the 1, 2, 3. That would be the -3. So for here, I'm going to put on, you can go in your settings on the chart and put on name. And I've allowed titles for just the yellow and the orange and the doubles. The regular lines and stuff don't. Let's fix that. They just have the normal plot because they are just the regular levels that we use. So we lost the doubles, found support here. This was the upper middle -3 level. And around the open, I sent my good morning notes and I said, right now, I'm definitely watching these levels. The 2 yellow is what I was just calling it because I was short on time. I was just sending quick notes and we found support again. We retested that and then we went straight up to the doubles and then the intraday support was on the lower middle -3 or +3. So let's look at that. So these would be the lower middle doubles. So that'd be 1, 2, 3. That's how you would look at that. So that's kind of how you orient yourself when you're looking at like the titles and getting familiar with that. And I won't be like referencing them by title all the time. I'm just trying to get used to this and get you guys used to what I'm talking about because we've had some members that have been using this for a while and I've been pointing that out as well, but right now we're trying to make it into more of a system. So it's going to take some time, but you guys are smart. We'll get used to it. And then we struggled at the doubles and then we fell back down in after hours. So that's what it is. I really love it. Let's go back to the settings. Again, the same thing with Algo Auto. You have all of these different time frames to choose from. And then your color options, you can change the colors. You don't have to stick with what I'm using. These are just the defaults. Say you want to use your different colors and you can save your different colors as save as default. So it is totally up to you. This is just what I'm going to be using for now. I might change my mind later down the road, but it's totally up to you. And then I have the middle doubles as just different shades of yellow. I want them to be similar just because they're like the inner core yellows. And you can change the line width and then the style. You can turn some of these plots off if you want to keep them just showing the upper middle and the doubles and etc. So let's try that just for fun. Let's see what it would look like. And I saw one of our members doing this the first day the update came out, and I thought, well, that's a good idea if you want just a simple chart with just some of the most important levels. I mean, I love all of the levels because I made them and I think they're all important, but if you want something clean so you can add your other levels to it, I mean, that is very, very clean. I love that. Just orange, you broke your blue, and then you're to your yellow, and then you failed at your blue. That is just super clean. And then let's look at it on just more of a view on the weekly. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, orange to blue to yellow, and then you found your support there. So I might take a screenshot of that because I really like that. But there's all sorts of ways you can do it. Again, it's totally up to you, and it's all the same levels that you're used to. So don't be concerned that any of the math is different. It's all the same. It's just the color system and what we might be talking about so that you can get familiar with that. But anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can email me at kelsey@phantomspot.com, or if you're a member, you can just reach out in the Discord. So yeah, thank you. I hope you like it.